do have an update on the saga of hundreds of refugees who originally camped out at a Methodist church in Tukwila. Many of those refugees moved to Seattle, then they were given the boot, then they went off to Kent, where they have now been forced to move again. And we have two reporters who are going to help sort all of this out. Our reporter James Lynch is in here, and Sam Campbell, you're in here too, because you've both done reporting on this. So let's just start off with what happened, how much notice was given?
Well, the refugees that were there tell me that they got probably half hour's notice. Others told me that they had left the camp earlier in the day, earlier that morning to go to doctor's appointments and to drop their kids off at school. And when they got back, they weren't allowed back in. We don't have a lot of official information about this because nobody responded. And if they did, the county pointed to the city of Kent. Kent pointed to the county executive office, who pointed to the sheriff's department, who pointed to Kent. So we don't know a lot about it. We know about what they said, and what the refugees told me, that they have no idea where they're going. They weren't allowed to get all of their stuff out of the camp, and they were just loaded on buses, but no one knew exactly where they were going to be taken, and no one could tell me that.
Okay, so we're talking about hundreds of people who are here. For people who have not been following this story, where are these refugees from and why are they here?
Most of them are from Africa and South and Central America. Is that right, Sam?
That's right. A lot of them that I spoke with were here from the Democratic Republic of Congo and Venezuela.
Now, I'm looking at this, and this is for you, Sam, because you had some back and forth, and these were questions that were being asked before James Lynch was on the story yesterday. And I'm looking at number 4 of your question, and you ask, and you can go ahead and go through, you know better than I know. Number 4 stands out to me. Can you talk about that?
Right. So it just so happens that, so this all happened yesterday with James talking about the truckloads of people being bussed out. But on Monday, I had heard through some of my sources that there was likely going to be some movement and that 20 to 40 single individuals were going to be moved into housing from the camp. Now, this would not be unusual, as the piecemeal kind of trying to get people into housing, that had happened before, and I had covered that back in July when 170 asylum-seeking refugees there were moved into temporary housing over the course of a week. So that wouldn't be out of the ordinary, and so I reached out to the King County Executive's spokesperson, and I asked, am I hearing correctly that these 20 to 40 single individuals will be moved into housing, and if so, where and for how long? And is assistance for the remaining refugees in planning? And if so, what timeline will that have? And the response I got was, quote, as we're continuing to work with city and state partners, we will have more updates as the week progresses. And that was, again, one day before what happened yesterday.
So have you had a chance to talk to any of these refugees?
Yeah, I talked to a couple of them yesterday. Language is a problem there, but they did have a spokesperson there who was able to speak English. She was frustrated. She was fearful because that was their home. It's a place nobody wants to live, but it's all they had. It was their home, and now they were being uprooted from an area where they have medical services, where their kids are in school. And again, all of this happened with no notice, they say, so there were no opportunities for them to make alternative plans for their kids and where they were going to go to school. So it was just very frustrating for them all.
Okay, so who actually moved them, or who performed this, for lack of a better word, the sweep?
That's the question that I asked all day yesterday, and I never got an answer, so I don't know.
Wow. You kept at, you could not get a clear answer on that question.
I could not get a clear answer. And my thought, quite frankly, is if this is something that you're doing that's good to help these people, then why was everybody hiding from me yesterday? And they were. I never got any response.
Why is there a lack of transparency in this case? And more importantly, where are they supposed to live? We're treating them not like people, but just these pawns in the middle of this political thing. So where are they now?
The short answer is, Ursula, we don't know. And yet on Monday, when I emailed the county executive's spokesperson, I had asked, what's the plan going forward? Just what is the plan? And I'll read the verbatim response, and as you'll see, it's a little bit vague. It says, once asylum seekers have been transitioned to temporary housing or shelter, the plan is to close down the site for cleaning and remediation. The need for affordable housing continues to exceed what we currently have available for those who have been here and those who are newly arriving, making it clear that we must keep finding new solutions and remain committed to expanding our housing and shelter options. King County is committed to that work now and in the long term. But that doesn't really tell us a lot about what is the plan going forward, where are they going. We've heard multiple different answers about where they may be headed. One of my sources tells me that there were some talks about sending them to service providers in Tukwila, but James, you heard that maybe a service provider in Tacoma may be aiding, and that's something that we're going to be trying to chase down today.
Well, what's so ridiculous is it sounds like there's a lot of finger pointing. Like, who is the point person or the point agency that anyone should be getting any information from?
Now, this seems to be a moving target. And I say moving target because when I was covering this back in July, you remember I came in here after the 170 asylum seekers were transitioned. And back then, what I was hearing from multiple sources, both within the city of Kent and the county and from the Low Income Housing Institute, at that point, it seemed like everyone was waiting for this statewide program to be set up, a state program from the Office of Immigration and Refugee Assistance. And that was I was told that would be set up and that would be ready in September. And now we're in September 25th. But now what I'm hearing is that the county is handling this. Given that that campsite was county land, the county is taking the helm on this. That's what I'm hearing. When I've tried to ask the city of Kent what's going on, I was told to direct all my questions to the county like James was.
Exactly, because it is county property, but it's in the city of Kent. What the deputies told me off the record there yesterday is that they were there only to assist Kent PD with security there as they were removing people from the camp. And that's as much as I could get from anyone.
Okay, so we've got James and Sam talking to us about these hundreds of refugees who started off at a Methodist church in Tukwila. Are we seeing more of them?
I just topic right here, and just hearing it. First of all, great work to James Lynch and to Sam Campbell and the work that they do. If James Lynch is someone who's been doing this, I ain't trying to put your business out there, what, 30, 40 years?
Yeah, 40.
40 years he's been doing this. So that means when you heard him say, I was trying to get answers all day yesterday and could not get an answer, and James Lynch has been doing this for 40 years. When I look at the back and forth with the email with Sam Campbell and on this email chain, and one of the things is Sam asked, is the county handling this? What role do the cities have in coordinating assistance, if any? Or is the state's program the point agency for coordination? And the answer is, King County is collaborating with multiple partners to support asylum seekers at the Kent encampment. We have been working closely with the state and local cities to address the needs of asylum seekers and coordinate support. It's like my man Chef said a second ago. It feels like they're playing hot potato with people's lives. Mm-hmm. And you, oh no, go ask this person, Sam. Oh no, James Lynch, can you go to this person? And it's just ridiculous if you guys get paid as professionals to get the answer to these questions. I can only imagine someone who's a novice and has no idea or experience that you have the runaround they get.
Now, there's a little bit of extra nuance going on here. We're getting some kind of inkling that city officials in Kent are kind of being held at arm's length about this. And I know this because I talked with one Kent City Council member who has, over the past 3 months, consistently been playing catch-up. They genuinely don't know what the plan is, and they've been trying to figure out.
And just for a reminder, too, these refugees are some of the same people who came to City Hall along with advocates. Is that the same group where they were basically demanding help from the city of Seattle?
Some of them, yes.
Yes.
However, as you've noted before, there are multiple groups who have been in and out of that camp in Kent. They have been shuffled from place to place along in King County, and some of them even were at Powell Barnett Park over the summer.
Right. And is there still an influx of these refugees coming into this area with no plan and no place to go?
We don't know about the general area, but we do have an email confirmation that the King County Executive's Office is telling us that there have been more people consistently arriving at this specific Kent site. It's on Central Avenue, right near 167.
And as Sam pointed out to me yesterday, we're talking about millions of tax dollars that are being spent. There
Yes.
should be accountability from
Yes.
elected officials who are handling this, and there's not.
Yes. It's a lot of buck passing and not a lot of accountability. Well, I know you guys are both going to be staying on top of this, and we hope to get some more clarity, because right now I'm sure like a lot of listeners, confused. It's like it sounds like a big fat mess.
Yep.
Well, moreover, our job is to find the answers, and that's exactly what we're going to try to keep doing.
Appreciate it.